How's it going, everybody? This is Just Lord at Just Lord Gaming. Going with this, I'm gonna do a little retro uh week right here. I'll say this is retro day, as we gonna say. This is Just Lord's retro day, so that's what we gonna call it. Here's me. This is gonna be just me going back, looking over time, back when I was a kid and I used to read nothing but game magazines and anything with tech, learning about new things that were coming out and what's our next technology. I was always fascinated by the technology. Um, I'm gonna tell you, this is the Mega Man 2 is the game that got me to be a gamer. Um, I had Atari, I had ColecoVision, I had most of the starting out systems when I was a kid, and because of my older brother, and so I basically started from you could say like Atari to ColecoVision because I do remember playing. I don't know how old I was, but could have been real young. But I do remember playing there was a Donkey Kong on ColecoVision. I do remember that. I remember Bump and Jump. Um, I remember Jungle Hut. Is this game that my brother can't remember. I can't remember. I don't remember, but I know it went from A to Z, and it was just like Stickman, and he would be they be all these bullets would be shooting at you, and you had to get to yeah. I know you had to beat everything like by a letter, but it's a game I can't remember, but I remember I used to play it all the time. I mean, and it's also a 2D shooter that I can't remember that I always wanted, but I can't remember for the life of me what the name of it is. But I used to play it all day in this corner store when I was a kid too. Well, I don't know if I told you I'm from New York, so growing up in New York, we definitely had mad arcades everywhere. So that was our lifetime back then to see like the newest gaming technology, which was always at the arcades. But like I said, this is definitely one of the magazines that I think this might be the first magazine that I read. It's either this or whenever Nintendo Power came out. Either whoever came out first, that's the first one I read. But I do remember this being one of my first magazines to read. And this is just uh, classic nostalgia. You look at this outside you again. You didn't need much back then, man. You see the box art, you can tell by the box art if you want to try that game. Like this was back how they used to sell games, almost like a movie. So you used to be like, hey man, what that? I just saw Rambo. They got a game to it. Let me go play it. Oh, I just saw Hulk Hogan wrestle. Let me go see what the game is about. And so that's just how it was. If you was a sports guy, you see all the skiing, the winter games right there. Oh, let me see how that is. I mean, that's how we picked our games back then. We didn't have trailers and all that. We just knew what was in the arcade and what was coming home that they say was arcade, but it never was. But you know how it was, and you just look at all the innovation. We was trying, they were trying to do. Just look at that controller. Just imagine having that and playing. You know, so this is say no to drugs. That was narcs back then. We had it all. See, you see, all you need is a couple of pictures if you want to get that game. Right then and there. Uh, I don't know. Might not be for me. That was my take on it when I was that young. There you go. You just going through pages. But I said again, this little this little app right here. That way you can view the pages and the screens and stuff. You can do like cool things with it. You can zoom in, if you need to. You could scroll up and down. I mean, if you just doing the page, or you could just press the little page button right there. I could turn this into a single page if I want to, and just view it like that. And it's all how you want to do it. That's what make this little app right here cool. For like reading your magazines. It's very good for comics. Love it for reading old school comics. I just started getting into the Legend of Zelda series. I didn't even know they had little manga books about Zelda. and now I can read them. And so that's what I've been getting into. And again, with the classicness of just reading these books, it makes the games just come alive in your eyes on what you used to think was the whatever the best graphics or the best whatever genre game that you're playing. You're thinking it's the best. I mean, and then look where we at now. You just look at it now. You're like, "Ah, damn, this graphic was horrible." But you couldn't tell us that when we was young though. But yeah, it's a couple of good games on here. Um, I used to love that too. You would get these little side joints right here, give you the scores, what people were doing in the games. So I'm like, oh, this dude beat that score. Let me go play a little bit more. I could beat that score. So that's how instead of that was our online leaderboards back then when we looked through the game magazine, and then seeing what people did and what was their best times and stuff like that. So that was the cool thing about being back in the day. You always get, like I said, everything is a bit the commercials in the book. Every ad is there for you. Here you go. See all the flight sticks, all the different controllers. Where you ain't getting none of that now. That's past tense. They ain't even working like that. So that's the end of that book. I can go grab. Let me see. Go further down. See when this this one Strider dropped. We'll take a look at that. See how that looks. Another beauty. See, you woke out. There go that Game Gear. I remember that. I think I had that TV Turner, and I did. I had the Turbo Express back in the day. Turbo Express was actually a good ass console on the low. Um, if anybody wanted to know, I need to try to find one of those. I don't know how much they selling it for. Probably check on eBay and see. But this was back when Sega first came out with the black box. Yeah, that's all you needed to see. You didn't need to see much from Sega. The system looked good. The system looked the state of the art. I remember getting that home for the first day and just looking at it. I was like, "Yo, this is it." As I do remember when I got because I played Ghouls and Ghosts in the arcade, man, and that I knew I was like, "Damn, them graphics crazy." I need this home. And I saw it when it was coming to Genesis, boy. My older brother bought that home. I was right there staring at that whole time he played till it was my turn. I mean, that was a good one, man. There's what I used to love back then. They used to have the honest reviews, but now I don't know how they review games now. You got guys who don't even play the full game and they making a review on it, and don't even give you the reason why they don't like the game, or they use other people's reason why the game is bad or whatever. And I'm gonna start doing some deep dives into that, and I'm gonna show you why I thought the game was bad and why the other, or just say if I'm comparing a game, and I'll do a comparison with like Mario 64 and Crash Bandicoot. I remember people telling me how Mario 64 was trash and da da da. And me, I'm an all system man. I play everything, so I don't got no bias towards no system. But I know a great game when I see one, and I'm gonna go over that and tell that story on why I thought Mario 64 was way better than Banjo, and then you tell me if I'm wrong. And see here, and like you see the latest. So see, remember, and I remember this. See Sonic the Hedgehog coming to Mega Drive. And I remember this, like, oh man, who's Sonic the Hedgehog? And it's just like you just take it back. It's all nostalgia. You see Shadow Dancers had this. This was great, in my opinion, when I was a kid. Great game. Same for Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, I did have Parodius. I didn't have this Ghouls and Ghosts on Super Graphics. I did have the Genesis one, which I can tell you was good. And again, it's always just cool to just look at back in the day. And Everybody now is you're complaining about games costing 60, $70. Look how much the games cost back then, dog. $50. You ain't that much. It ain't that much higher now. Games are $60, $20 more. So I mean, I don't see what the complaint is. You tell me I'm gonna pay for Afterburner $54, and this game is trash. I mean, it's not like the arcade, not at all. But you was paying that 54 if you wanted to play Afterburner, if you wanted to try that Shinobi. All right, this was Sega getting over, making their own. Oh, we got a double dip. We gotta get some bread from Nintendo too. Sega getting over. See, you can't do that no more. Too much copyrights everywhere. You can't even pull a scheme like this anymore. Bringing your games over to other systems, you can't do that. Um, but this is how we saw it. Like back in the days, like, hey, this was our gaming. And here we go. This is back um when we had the Game Boy and the Game Gear Wars. And in my mind, how did Game Gear lose? Is the big question. But Nintendo, again, know how to make games. No matter what, they always got that. They've been doing this since back in the inferior hardware. Keep on selling. They wish all they're doing right now is they just went back to their old motto. Yo, if we make less, if we make it with the less power, and we really learn how to develop for it, what's the point of power? When we get to that power, we already going to have the new graphic for that. And it's basically you see the same thing going on with what they did with the okay. We tried to make a more powerful system. It didn't work out. So now we're gonna make a subpar powerful system, but we're gonna learn how to use it correctly. Yeah, we might not get the frame rates that's always up to par, but we're gonna get the gameplay all down packed that we want for when we do go up. And while the other guys is wasting their time trying to figure out the tech, we already know how to tech their tech that they fuck whether they left with. I ain't gonna curse, but their tech that they left with, we already gonna know how to use it when we get to that point. We gonna know how to use it efficiently. Simple schematics. That's why they keep selling. Because while PlayStation and I'm still trying to figure out their consoles, they already figured out probably what's the best use of the PS4 level of graphics. So by the time when they're done, and we gonna sit there and buy the next Switch because it's gonna be at whatever that PlayStation Pro around those probably graphics specs, I assume, because Nintendo hasn't went up in power. They never really try to play the power game besides like Nintendo 64. I know GameCube was a little bit better than PS2 and so forth, but after that they went low. They went low in. They was like, forget this. We ain't spending all that bread and not getting no bread back for our system. These guys could keep on losing money on the system. We ain't doing that. Know what I mean? So our software gonna sell regardless because it's got the Nintendo brand. Know what I mean, but that's just the things that happen when you in this game for a long time. And I say Nintendo played the game perfectly well. Because I said here, even I say they switch games really would they're pretty sound to me. They like I don't never have a problem with the Switch's graphics at all. Never. Like if it's a Nintendo made game, I don't really have no problem. That Mario Wonder that blew me away. And I'm like, oh, that they doing this with this inferior hardware. Damn, just imagine what they're gonna do when they get to the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4. Even though the Switch is like PlayStation 4 level, but just not probably 1080p proof, or you say because the PlayStation 4 was more 1080p proof uh, system. So you got PS3 with 720. You get games here and there. I guess 1080p. But besides that, no. And like I said, I feel that that's how Nintendo works out in the hardware business, and you can see that from like reading these old magazines. they're like strategies, and you can kind of see it still just paying off for them. Well, that was a classic back in the day, the double dribble. I don't know what basketball is that. I know double dribble used to have a joint like that. But y'all could see these classics, all these good games right here. When that Turtles came out. You know what I mean? See, look at how they promoted everything back then when it was CD bass, Turbo Duo, all these things. Look, come on, man. We can't even see nothing like this ever again. Atari Lynx. Everybody was trying to, get in. That Mega Man 3, Gremlins. Just this is all you needed. You didn't need no trailer, no nothing. You can look at through the art and see like, all right, I want to buy that. Look like something I want to play. I remember this. I ain't like this Street Fighter 2010. I used to die all day in that game. I should try to play it now that I'm older. see, see how it is. Silver Surf. I remember this. I used to die in that too. What else we got here? These classics. I never played that Punisher. So that might be one I have to get. Adventures Islands. I used to love those. What else we got here? Yeah, man, this was the time, man. You get these blurry pictures of somebody taking it with a camera of the screen. That's it. No HD at all. You make what you will of that picture, and I say, all right, I need that. Everybody worried about the pixels. How many pixels it got? Nah, man, you better up the res on that. And that's all we talk about. Me, I don't care about that. 1080p is good for me, even though I got 4K. But I mean, if you want to see what's the crispest edges in the distance, I guess that's good for you. But I don't care about none of that. I don't even care about the frame dips. I said that shit. I used to think that joint helped, especially in Mega Man. Oh, that slowdown, yeah, I could kind of see the bullets coming now. That slowdown helped. Remember this, my brother, oldest brother, beating this game, watching him play. What's that? Astro Busters. That was a good one back then. I do remember having Joe Montana, and I think I remember all the sports stars. I remember me and my brother used to play, go at it, and that classic right there, Castle of Illusions. Definitely a 10 out of 10. What else we got here? My brother used to love this right here, Wrestle War, but the arcade version. He used to talk about this all day. They made it seem like it was the new WWE. This was a DJ Boys was cool too. I like that. I remember. I don't know if DJ Boys is. I don't know. Is it the arcade version of B-Rap Boys? That was one of the games I used to play all day in the arcade too. Used to love Dynamite Duke, another great game. Never played Vermilion. I believe I do have it. What's this? E-SWAT, another classic. I don't know about not by today's standards, but I mean in that time, yeah. I remember Burning Force. I did play that. Dick Tracy, you had that. We was playing that all day. Spider-Man used to play that all day. Yeah, man. Just a lot of these games, just seeing the old school. There goes Strider and Sonic the Hedgehog. We knew it was coming. Yeah, by seeing the old school. I'll send y'all some more updated. When I update the rest of the magazines, I can get out of there. And then I also can show y'all my. Let me show you what my big box looks like. All right. Yes, sir. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so this is my big box. This is my build that I like. It took me a while to get all this on there. I've been working on this diligently for like at least a year and a half now. To get it to where I like how it looks. Play the way I want it to play. I got some of the good ones on here. Me, at least. So this is my magazine wall. I didn't I still gotta get in there and fix it. So basically got some of the books up, but I gotta get all the artwork and stuff for all the issues and stuff like that. But this is just my thing here. This is my comic one. So I'll just go in here. Let me show you a picture. Show you, right? Show it loading. See, there you go. Got my comics. Got my little Sonic comics. Got all the old school joints. Go back and read them. You know, great little thing to have, especially when you want to relive nostalgia. When it's your day. See, I got the Jaguar. Got some decent games on there. No, not everything. I don't care about everything. I just get what I like. Not what everybody else like. Got my arcade joint. You know, all my classics that I love going back to and playing. Can't beat it. There you go, that DJ boy right there. Where B-Rap boy. Got it. Still gotta fix this wheel. Got a lot of files that's not that on. I gotta where is it at? Classic right there. So yeah, this was my game back in the day. Over here with the Panasonic 3DO, another classic. See a couple of games I got on there. Then we got the SNES. Right. Make sure you get these good ones, man. I ain't got everything, but I got what I like. Things that I would play, and I do have some that I wouldn't play. But most of the stuff is what I like. So you know, if a game on here you think I don't got, or y'all got some suggestions, let me know. And then something that I didn't play that I can go and find and play. Got a couple of most of the stuff that I like. I remember that because I entered that PSP. Still got that. Got a couple of PS3 games on here. They run nice. So yeah, got a couple of my favorites. Definitely Ninja Storm, the first one. That was definitely a favorite of mine.
I'm neutral.
Definitely always gonna just outrun. I play this all the time. So that's one that's always staying. Sonic 06. You know, got a couple of those greats. Then we got our PS2. Another great one, Burnout. Just beat it. Burnout Revenge. Got Capcom. That old Contra. I ain't got much on the PS2, but got a couple of the winners. Especially ones that I didn't get to. That's always good. You can play these games in 1080p, 4K, all types of resolutions that make them look way better than when you played them. I played them as well. Especially going back playing some of these old give them new life. You know, look at that sharpness. Now you can go out there and play. Playing in better resolution and everything. A game like this right here. You got those sharp edges and all that. Go back and play all of them. Good games. Get down. There you go. Well, it took me a while to do all this, moving the files around and getting everything fixed.
Fight 2! Ready, go!
Project, I'll tell you that. If you're doing it yourself, it's definitely a project. But for nostalgia reasons, project was worth it to go back and play some of these great games. Most of these I got to do videos for too, cause I got to do my own video snaps to get it to where I need it. Some of these ones don't have videos that you can find. But yeah, it's a great little emulator here. I love the Lunchbox. I love everything about it, to tell you the truth. Just to have all these and and see people's reactions when I put this on. This brings the kid out of any. Put this on. Start playing. Everybody be like, yo, I used to play that when I was a kid, huh? All right. How you play now? Let's see. Go back to that old Sega. That's it. You buy that game. Also, foot on that. Go get that. That's it. I remember this Aztec Warrior. Where's my Alex kid at? This is this. That's my joint right there. I used to hum this going to school all the time. Here goes the old school gen. Always nice to have all these classics right at your fingertips. Go back and play any of your old joints that you remember. I ain't gotta go through the game yet, but we have that too. Any joint you want, I have on there. Another great system. Got to go through the Dreamcast. One of the best eras of gaming right here. I think this is probably, to me, for me, I ain't gonna say for everybody, but for me, this was the last great gaming era where I could say like me and my friends gamed hard was when the Dreamcast came out. I'd say PlayStation 2, we had a run. In the GameCube, we had a run, but it was never like when we had from the Nintendo 64 to the PlayStation to the Dreamcast. That was a run.
Good job.
That was a good run of gaming for me in my life. Because I would say PlayStation 3. I didn't pick PlayStation 3. I was maybe I ain't get the PlayStation 3 to maybe 2 to 3 years after it was out. Because what they were charging. And then I did pick up a 360 when it came out. And because they came out with the better price. And I just wasn't feeling Sony. You ain't had no games to be justifying charging that much. And then Microsoft had the online, and their online thing blew up, and that became the new, your friends come over, that's how y'all played. And then once everybody got out of gaming, you didn't have no buddies no more like kid. That's probably changed. But I did meet, I met a lot of people online, a lot of cool people that definitely were good gamers back then. Definitely in that era. And as you can see, I just started gaming again. So if I had a long layoff, I never stopped buying, but I stopped playing. So I just had a real long layoff on playing games. So I think like within the last year, I beat Spider-Man, I beat Miles Morales. I'm about to beat Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. And then I don't know when I'm gonna start after I beat Ratchet and Clank. I'll figure that out once I'm done with it. Yeah, I just really started gaming again. Because I haven't really played, like I've been like here and there just watching videos and stuff like that, but I haven't played in like a long time. And now it's time to start to get back to playing it. I bought that Helldivers to get on there with my brothers and start playing on that and see how that is. That's another one. When I was talking about in my other video, this was the Contra. Go back and play this one right here. This was a good day. If you want real Contra and you want it the way you remember it, this one, Contra Rebirth, good Contra game. Go play it. Enough said. That's it right there. You want a good, not the best Castlevania, but old school Castlevania, the Rebirth, good Castlevania. Very old school, if you're looking for that type. And I mean, there's a lot of good games here I could say on the Wii that you may not have played. I mean, this is definitely one. I'm sure a lot of people don't really know all of them. I got this on the Wii too. But yeah, you play it on here, it's super sharp. I like this one better than 3. I like this one better than 3. I'm gonna say that. I like that one better. Brawl, one of my favorites. One of my favorite smashes. Melee is my number 1, but Brawl was definitely. It just with the full motion video and trying to tell a story that made you want to play the story mode even more because there was something to see. I mean, and I think that's what they took out of the other one because they took the story fact out. That to me one of the best. I mean, adding it from Melee, adding the adventure mode, and adding that like story mode as well. I think that's what they took away from Smash that they need to put back. You ask me. This is what I was talking about the Mario game. I mean, just how stale they became. And to me, that the new one that just dropped, the Wonder, it changed my perspective on what you could do with 2D. And I already see that's probably what Nintendo been working on that whole time. I was trying to perfect that animation to make it look better and more live, and they did it. They succeeded. This is basically to me like playing the one on the Wii U and all other new Mario Brothers that came out before that, all the ones on the DS and 3DS, whatever. It's like playing those, and it's the same game to me. I don't really see it didn't change much. To me, graphically or animation-wise, to justify keep making it. But I go back from there. Again, another game a lot of people don't talk about. Mad World, great game. We'll play it again. And then I got Virtual Boy here. Go back and play some of them old Virtual. You ain't gotta add what's it called? That Mario Crash wasn't bad. I played a couple of rounds of that. That wasn't bad. To see Nintendo again innovate, doing something different, trying to give you something different. And it may have failed, but got something out of it. Look at it. You got a Wario. Just think about what they're doing here at these times. But look at the innovation that they're doing. You gotta look at it. And then let me see. Go back. I got my Switch here. Couple of the buttes. Couple of the buttes there. And again, like I said, great to see some of these games right here. Some of the great ones. Got a beauty right here, like that. I believe this was the right art direction for it. I like it. It still reminds me of what the game would look like upgraded. I think they did a great job with that. Ghosts and Goblins right there. This is another one. Great job. I got this on the P4 too. Definitely like playing it with that VR gun, whatever it is. I got that. I got that for the low. I had bought a couple of years ago. I bought the first VR for the PS. I bought that jump for like $80 and came with like 6 games. All the move joysticks, the gun. I think they gave me the firewall too. They gave me all that. I was like, man, This guy, I guess he really need the money. I mean, to sell it to me for that cheap. But yeah, definitely a good time to be a gamer. Um, and I like this Kirby here. This was a good one. This Forgotten Land. I definitely got to play through that whole thing. And I also got to play through the whole thing of this. I've been meaning to get to it, but I think maybe after I finish Ratchet and Clank, I'll finally give it a whirl and do something with it. But I definitely gotta end the Mario one. I gotta beat that. I need to beat this bad boy. Got that. And then we got GameCube. And again, to me, Nintendo. Oh, just their game standard doesn't matter the hardware. Look at all their games. Go back and look at their games. The games speak for themselves. These are still playable. They look better than the stuff the indie guys is out here putting. Why y'all can't put out games like this? Come on, bro, look at this. That extra bump in res. Look like a new game. I play these all over again. I'll give them another whirl. Come on, look at that, man. Who want to play some Tricky? I would love to have this on right now. Look at that Tricky. This one I got on my Series X right here. Another great one. Who wouldn't want to play this online with Link? Come on now, Namco. Ask Nintendo, man. Ask them. Like, yo, could we hold that for a second? Let's go online to that real quick. Because it's going to come. See? Another Gems collection, another game I own, another great one. Another one I own, great. Other one, great. Other one I own. This is you got just got. I think the Dreamcast version. I got that one too. I think that one's good. But I think you can still get that one for like $60 if I ain't mistaken. Shit, I better get that before it go up. I do a lot of my price charting just like that, and that's how I find out what games I need. I'm mad. I don't know what happened. I've got this game for like $2. And I don't know what I did with it. I don't know if I let somebody borrow it or something. Oh, it costs a little bit more now. I might buy it someday. Maybe I'll catch it somewhere or run into it somehow. But yeah, that's pretty much it. There's the rest of all the systems. But yeah, pretty good lineup. And if you ask me, I ain't got much, but pretty good lineup. I'll show y'all something cool though. Alright guys, I'm back. I have to cut that thing out because this joint took mad long to load. That works. Got this, let me see. Pick my man Mario here. I see that extra crisp HD they got on it. This Grand Prix. Start on the normal difficulty. But yeah, man, this is one. See, this is why the nostalgia is real, right? Because something like this you'll never be able to play. That's the crazy part. You'll never be able to play this unless you go to whatever had it, Chuck E. Cheese's, whatever little gaming store they got. You'll never be able to play this, and it's a shame because many people will miss out who don't go to the arcades or don't, stop by and like those type of things. So you'll definitely miss out. Oh, I ain't never see this Mario Kart before. Mario Kart is that. Oh, they had an arcade version? Never knew. I mean, so when I pull this out,
エアリアルロード
playing.
ダイナミックな連続ジャンプがレースをさらに盛り上げます
We was playing on Switch, wasn't it?
さあ間もなくレーススタートです
I think so. Yeah. Look how good that looked, man.
戦いの幕は切って落とされました
Utilize it. Glad we did.
まだまだ勝負の行方は分かりませんマリオコインを連続ゲット上位にしのぎますマリオ叩きまくりだ差を詰めてきました徐々に差を縮めますマリオチャンスを伺っているようです現在2位そろそろ勝負を仕掛けてくるかマリオ相手の発射マリオ見事なオーバーテイク
Great. Back and play.
いよいよファイナルラウンド突入残すところあと1戦ですマリオこのままパワーをキープできるか レースはやや膠着状態敗者ニラニラへ続きますマリオ上位に忍び寄ります
Stuff like that.
各社ライバルの出方を伺っているようですマリオ気乗りコーナーをぶつけられた
Work. That's the good.
トップは最終コーナーへマリオ最後の意地を見せる
It's something. Whatever it was, they
見事な成績です
took all
次回は
my
優勝を狙ってくるでしょう
Now I just wiped my whole computer and then like started from scratch, building up the library again. And because most of this library I had emulated since
次のラウンドが選べるようになりま
I
した
can say back when I probably
マリオコイン獲得
when we was at 56K modem. I was that way. I was taking days to just download one file. And I used to do that back in the days. That's how I got all my ROM back in the day. I sat there and just left it on, let it down, just to get, just say King of Fighters or something like that. So that was a big game back then. But yeah, that was all that. That's when I learned about emulation. Oh, it look way better when you do it on the computer. I think so. The things that you look for. Well, me, I always was looking for it to look better than what it did. Like now, you get a lot of the games that look better what they did, especially what's it with that front end retro. I love that. The retro games, because you could boost the way change the way the games look a bit, make them sharper, make the character look a little bit more non-fuzzy. So that's like that front end is good. I like retro. I use it in my launchbox. I think I use it probably up to Dreamcast. I don't use it past that. Dreamcast, Super Nintendo, and those lighter systems. Use it for some arcade games. And that too. But,
スカイアリーナ
that's great.
船から船へ大ジャンプダイナミックな空中バトルが熱いコースです
Retro.
本日の実況は私
And
松本
matter of fact, I
里
think
香がお送りしま
Launchbox gives
す
it to you for free now. So you ain't even gotta go get it. Launchbox.
マリオロケットスタート成功マリオ差を詰めてきました 3つともへの攻防
got it.
マリオ2位に大きな差をつけての圧勝です
I'm gonna end it at that one, y'all. Have a good day, and make sure y'all subscribe, like, any video topics y'all may have for me to make about anything classic or
次のラウンドを選べるようになりました
me put up and to read.
マリオコイン獲得
Go back and think of what I want to do for my next video. All right, peace out.